tore down the apartments where you used to stay. Why is everything telling me it's time to walk away? And I guess I've gone crazy, I guess I've gone mad for missing something good that we had. 'Cause I'm nobody to you now. Oh, it breaks my heart. Nobody to you now. You know I fall apart. 'Cause I'm nobody to you now. I'm nobody to you now. Oh, it breaks my heart. Driving through the canyon, nothing is the same. I wish I could hear you say my name. Oh, I hope you're happy. Yeah.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Gaming News Week. That was Nobody Now by Matthew Berry. Shout out to Barry. Went to high school and junior high with him. Very kind, very talented, obviously, individual. Go check him out. He's awesome. His links, Spotify and Apple Music, are going to be in the description. And I thought that Matthew's song was very fitting right now for everything that's going on with Phil Spencer and his breakup with Xbox. So much to talk about. Kind of a new thing I'm starting, Gaming News Week, covering the most prevalent gaming news from the past week or so. And I'm really looking forward to diving in. We're going to be talking about PlayStation State of Play, Xbox Developer Direct, Phil Spencer, bye-bye, Halo may be coming early. We're going to be talking about Steam Machine and how AI is impacting its launch. We're going to be talking about Pokemon and Nintendo Direct, all sorts of good stuff. We'll kind of close out with some fun random stuff, but I want to say thank you all for the love and support on the last video. You guys absolutely blew it out of the water. My most viewed video, my most liked, most commented. I gained so many new subscribers, so you guys really are awesome, and just thank you for all the love and support. Surpassed all of my expectations, and I look forward to continue making videos that you guys enjoy. That being said, we're on the road to 100 subscribers. Last I checked, we're at 93, so we're close. If you enjoy my content, want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. We're on the road to 100. Let's do it. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Yeah.
PlayStation held their State of Play on February 12th. Biggest takeaways for me is that PlayStation isn't messing around. They are bringing some heavy hitters, and they have a lot of companies on their side, which is less than I think Xbox can say for right now, in terms of output anyway. In terms of news, God of War Trilogy Remake was announced, and they're bringing back the original voice actor for Kratos, T.C. Carson. Dude, I don't know, man. I think something I've realized about myself, I'm not a big fan of a remake. I don't think I like that idea a whole lot. Now, I believe the first God of War game was released on PlayStation 2 back in 2005. We're over 20 years old. Maybe we're due for a remake, you know? I don't know. I'm more of a fan of remasters or just one-to-one ports. I think it's okay that some things may be old or outdated.
It's too bad they're old.
What do you mean, Patrick? Old people are the greatest. They're full of wisdom and experience.
Or, you know, some of the systems in the game may be a little clunky and slow. I don't know if there's anything wrong with that. I think it's a sign of the times and helps us show how far gaming has come. But I don't think I'm a big remake guy in general, but God of War Trilogy Remake. So we'll see. We're going to see. I'm sure it'll sell really well. It'll do well. And I just hope it's fun for everybody who's going to play it. Also, a new God of War game got shadow dropped out of nowhere on February 12th. This is God of War Sons of Sparta. This is a prequel to the God of War series, from what I understand, and it's a 2D side-scroller beat-em-up. Did not see that coming in a million years, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's kind of out of nowhere. Really out of left field for them. But it's out now for $30. Reviews are kind of mixed, but generally positive. I think, dedicated fans are probably throwing a big question mark, and fans of side-scroller beat-em-ups are kind of vibing with it. So that's where I'm at with it. In other news, this was not announced at the State of Play, but a few days later, Blue Point Studios, under the PlayStation umbrella, has been shut down. Maybe get a rest in peace for Blue Point Studios. Long live. They were founded in 2006. Their headquarters were in Austin, Texas. Shout out local. Sony bought Blue Point Studios in 2021. They're best known for their work on remasters and remakes like the 2009 God of War collection on PS3, Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection on PS4, Shadow of the Colossus, and the Demon's Souls remake on PlayStation 5. Sad, anytime a gaming studio goes under, I think it's pretty sad. There's some hardworking people that are out of a job now, and they've dedicated a lot of time and blood, sweat, and tears into developing games, and so we appreciate all their hard work, and sad to see them go. Maybe, means something on a larger scale for PlayStation and their management of studios after purchasing, kind of similar to Xbox recently buying up a bunch of studios and then not being able to sustain them. I think it could mean Sony is switching gears into more of a remake-centered push or more of a live service game kind of push. I don't really know what this means, honestly, because Blue Point Studios knew how to put out a great product, and the God of War collection, Nathan Drake collection, Demon's Souls remake, all sold relatively well and were reviewed well, so I don't know. That's real interesting. In other news, though, Ghost of Yotei Legends was announced. This is an online co-op with up to 4 players, releasing on March 10th. This is a free DLC for all Ghost of Yotei owners. So, really cool. It looks cool. It doesn't look like anything super groundbreaking, but it's free. I'm vibing with that. Haven't played Ghost of Yotei yet. Heard it's great. Moving forward, Death Stranding 2 moving to PC. Go Hideo Kojima. We love you. Keep it up, brother. In other news, Crimson Moon got announced. This is a third-person action adventure game. Looks really cool. Looks like medieval gothic. Take Skyrim and then drop a little bit of Bloodborne in it or something. Looks really cool. It's going to be a 2-player online co-op experience, and I'm hyped up. This looked really cool. The trailers were really intriguing. I'm excited for it. Another really cool game announced, Project Windless. I'd never heard of this before. It looks like it was its debut trailer at the State of Play for PlayStation. You play as a mutant, gigantic chicken with swords and stuff. Literally looks like God of War gameplay crossover with Dynasty Warriors. This trailer had me hooked. I put my phone down. I was locked in. It was clocking to me.
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
How dialed in this game looked. And I really am excited about it. No official release date yet, but one of the sickest trailers I've seen for a video game in a long time. I'm waiting on bated breath for more information about Project Windless. I'm gonna go ahead and just play a clip on full audio. This is crazy. Moving on, Star Wars Galactic Racer got some more information, new trailer, a little bit of gameplay in there. Pretty short, pretty sweet little clip for Star Wars Galactic Racer, but looks really cool. going across different planets in the Star Wars universe, and some pod racing, which I'm like, I grew up playing the Star Wars Pod Racer game, and no, not the one on Nintendo 64 that you're all thinking of. This super weird, like quirky little one on the PlayStation 2, and it was so fun. And then obviously Lego Star Wars Pod Racing level was just pure cinema. Oh my god. Super excited for that. I'm peaking off this, bro. We're at a time in life where we're getting what I'm hoping will be very quality Star Wars games. I used to pray for times like this, man. I mean, this is like really cool. And these are all games, y'all, that have been covered to the PlayStation State of Play, and we're not done. They were really like bringing the heat, and just, I think they have a lot of people like backing the vision. They want their products on PlayStation, and I don't know, man. You know, obviously not all these are PlayStation exclusive or anything like that. But I think it's just indicative of business strategy, you know? It's a really interesting play, and it just makes you wish Xbox could kind of pull something like this together.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Moving on, though. James Bond 007 First Light. New James Bond game releasing on May 27th of this year. Looks cracked, looks crazy. Looks very Uncharted-esque to me. It's got Morgan from The Walking Dead in it.
Did you get bit? Bit, chewed, maybe scratched, anything like that.
So I'm like instantly buying it because of that. And Lenny Kravitz is also starring. So really stellar cast in this game. Gameplay looks cool. Environments look vibrant. I'm hyped up. Sounds like going to be a good time for all James Bond fans out there as well. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 featuring Metal Gear Solid 4 and Peace Walker got a release date. So if you're a Metal Gear fan, I'm sure many of you are very excited for that. Shout out to Metal Gear. Never got into it. Happy for everyone who has. I know I need to take the plunge. I know. Castlevania Belmont's Curse. Shout out Castlevania. Welcome back, Castlevania. Focusing on Trevor Belmont, who's an ancestor to both Simon and Richter, who many of you may know from the games, or more mainstream, I feel like their appearance in Smash Ultimate on the Nintendo Switch. A lot of exposure, honestly, I think brought to Castlevania through those characters' appearances, and I'm very excited for Castlevania Belmont's Curse. Looks cool, man. Looks pretty awesome. It is very much still February, but spooky season may be upon us. Silent Hill Townfall got a new trailer. Looks super cool, man. Silent Hill Townfall originally announced in October of 2022, taking their sweet time with it, but I love that. I feel like Silent Hill's been making a lot of moves recently between Silent Hill 2 Remake and then Silent Hill F. If you're a Silent Hill fan, you're eating right now, bro. I mean, I'm happy for you, and I'm sitting on Silent Hill 2 Remake right now. It's in my collection or backlog. I really am itching to play it. I mean, I'm a little scared, but it's all good, bro. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not scared.
Stop the cap.
I need to play it. John Wick the game was announced and given a trailer. No official release date yet. But Keanu Reeves is reprising his role as Mr. Wick, so that's just so awesome. Little cinematic trailer they dropped looks really cool. Obviously, Keanu's going to do great in that as well. So we're coming to a close on the PlayStation State of Play news. Finally, at long last, we got one last thing to talk about, and this new game from Bungie called Marathon made an appearance at the PlayStation State of Play. Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter, and isn't that the special of the week? Extraction shooters are really big right now, especially with Arc Raiders really running that genre. Arc Raiders is great. Shout out to Arc. But I think if you're Bungie, I think you're afraid of how Marathon's going to perform. This game has already been in some hot water with the developers allegedly stealing artwork from a another creator about a year ago, and then they had to like settle it. I don't know if they went to court or not, but I know the artist has been compensated to some degree, and the issue's been resolved with that person, so that's great. But already a lot of bad press for the game a year ago, right, when that whole thing went down, and now it's coming into what feels like kind of an oversaturated market with the extraction shooter deal. So yeah, we'll see how that does. You know, everyone thought Marvel Rivals might be a flop because Overwatch was kind of running the team, hero shooter genre. But Marvel Rivals really took off and hit the weak points that Overwatch was lacking on.
A rousing success.
So who knows? Maybe Marathon's a hit. Who am I? I'm a big fan of Bungie's and obviously all their work on Halo. So would love to see them continue to do well. Moving on to Xbox news and the Xbox Developer Direct Developer Showcase. I think the biggest thing we need to talk about first is Phil Spencer's retirement and thus departure from Xbox. Phil Spencer was the CEO of Xbox and CEO of Microsoft Gaming for the last 4 years. He's had a long career with the company, moving up from the head of Xbox to the vice president of gaming. Now he's the CEO of gaming. Well, now he is kind of unexpectedly retired. And everyone who thought his replacement would be Sarah Bond, she has also left the company. She is not retired, but she has resigned. And she was who everyone kind of thought would take the reins, kind of out of nowhere. Someone named Asha Sharma, who was in charge of Microsoft's Core AI project, is now the head of Xbox. Yeah, nobody expected that. I think, on paper that sounds really bad. However, I have to give Asha some credit. She made a really good opening statement online about her vision for the company. She's been responding to different tweets and things like that online, saying she wants to put the focus back on Xbox. She's hearing the fans when it comes to Xbox exclusive games, things like that. It sounds like she is very open-minded to ideas, and so I'm really curious to see how this goes. I think her biggest criticism right now is that she is not a gamer. And she's not shy about that fact. She kind of started playing games. It seems like within the last year, people have already tracked down her gamer tag and found her game log and all this stuff. So I think that's people's primary concern. She's not really a gamer. She's coming from Core AI, and a lot of us in the gaming scene are not a big fan of AI right now. And so I think she's got some stuff going up against her in public perception. However, as much as we love Phil Spencer, and Phil Spencer was a gamer. I mean, the night he retired, his gamer tag was active on Halo Infinite. That guy's a gamer through and through, and you gotta love that. However, I'll be the first to say, I'm sure Phil Spencer's a great, nice guy, but I do not like the direction Xbox has headed since he's become CEO 4 years ago. The Everything's an Xbox campaign and the crazy Game Pass push. I don't like that stuff. Going multi-platform with Gears of War and Halo. I don't like that. And so who am I to knock this lady? Let's have an open mind. Let's see how she does. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it can get much worse, so see what she can do. Moving on to Halo. Halo Campaign Evolved has recently been in the rumor mill. Talks of a potential early release date are looming right now. I feel like that is a good idea in part. Like I said in my last video, we need to get Halo Campaign Evolved away from Grand Theft Auto 6, bro. Do not release them side by side. Please, man. I'm not even gonna buy Campaign Evolved, but I want to see Halo succeed from a numbers standpoint, and that's just gonna butcher any chance of that, bro. So I think moving it up in part is a great idea. I also think, though, they were choosing to release this game in November for a reason. I suspect more glitches, bugs, less polish on launch because of this rumored early release date. If anything, just delay it. We've seen time and time again so many games that, they try and fight the delay, or they come out early, they come out unfinished, just like Halo Infinite did. and it's a lasting stain on its reputation, and it's so hard to win players back after a bad launch. That first impression in the gaming world is just so valuable, and it's hard to fix. Once you make a bad first impression in the gaming scene, you're kind of cooked. There's a chance also that Grand Theft Auto 6 gets delayed again. So, I mean, how ironic. Halo moves up its release date, GTA 6 gets delayed again. Nothing super concrete on the GTA 6 release date pushback. Nothing really substantial evidence-wise for another delay. However, it has been in the rumor mill, so we'll see what happens with that. But moving on to the Xbox Developer Direct, no mention of Halo and no mention of Gears of War E-Day either, which is supposed to come out this year. So very little information on that, which is concerning for me. We'll see. I think Gears of War also really needs to dodge the Grand Theft Auto 6 release date. If I'm being super honest with you guys, everything needs to stay away from that. Big budget, AAA, independent, everybody run from Grand Theft Auto 6, bro.
Run for your lives, everyone! It's the appetizer!
But the Xbox Developer Direct, while it did not cover Halo or Gears of War, it covered Forza Horizon 6, taking place in Japan. It's going to be the largest map in Forza Horizon history. Going to be featuring more than 550 cars on launch. Currently slated to release May 19th, 2026. So honestly, the game looks really cool. The environment looks really beautiful. It seems like, I've never been to Japan, but it seems like they really nailed the environment and just the beauty of the country. So we'll see how that does sales wise and reception. It looks cool. I'm thinking about picking it up. Then at the Xbox Developer Direct, Game Freak made an appearance. Game Freak is best known for their work on the Pokemon franchise, but they are now working on a new game called Beast of Reincarnation. This is set in a post-apocalyptic Japan. Protagonist is one person and a dog, kind of this action RPG style game. It looks really cool. It looks really unique. I don't know if it's for me personally, but glad to see Game Freak, branching out. Hopefully they can get the Pokemon stuff together before they spread themselves a little too thin, but all good. Keep it up, Game Freak, I guess.
Bruh. Wait.
What's this? Huh? What's this, mother? What's this? Huh?
Then, kind of out of nowhere, surprise appearance by developer Double Fine. There's going to be a new online multiplayer party brawler. That's a mouthful. This game's called Kiln. Kiln is where you create your character on a pottery wheel. I don't even know what that's called. You can make a vase, a chalice, a mug. You create your character as some form of pottery creation, and then you compete against other players online to destroy things in certain game modes or complete various challenges by filling up your little character with water and throwing it on things. Looks really cute. Honestly, looks really unique. Looks like a good time. Kiln is releasing in spring of this year. No official release date just yet. And we got some new information on the next Fable game. This is technically Fable 4, but it is being called just Fable as a soft reboot of sorts. Fable has been absent for a long time. It's being developed by Playground Games now, as the original developers of Fable 1, 2, and 3, Lionhead Studios, was shut down by Microsoft in 2016. This new Fable game will be the first true and original Fable since Fable 3, which released in October of 2010. 16-year hiatus for Fable. That's tough. And no, I'm not counting the card game Fable Fortune from 2018, because that's just not even, that's not where we're at, bro. This will be Playground Games' first real open world action RPG style game. and it's kind of changing the art style approach from the previous Fable games and from Lionhead Studios, but it doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks really good. It looks really pretty. Really interesting thing, it has over 1,000 NPC characters within the world. All of these characters are voiced, have full lives. You can go follow them around, interact with them, watch what they do. Seems like they put a lot of time into really crafting the world of Fable in this game. So I'm excited. They made some changes to the morality system that was previously in the other Fable games. So it's still there. It just seems to operate a little differently. I'm looking forward to Fable when it releases in autumn of this year. I don't know what that means, and I don't know how Fable's gonna dodge Grand Theft Auto 6 release as well. We've waited 16 years for another Fable game. We can wait a little more, if I'm being completely honest with you. All right, the Steam Machine situation. So per reports, Steam Machine will now be looking at a first half of 2026 launch compared to an early 2026 launch. This comes in the wake of news that the Steam Deck is completely sold out in the United States and will be experiencing stocking issues globally moving forward. I think this is in direct correlation with the state of AI and the strain it's putting on the tech industry. So follow me down this rabbit hole real quick. Here we go.
Take it, Georgie.
There are three main companies that combine to produce almost 100% of the RAM on the market. No, not this one. This one. These three companies are Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. They basically hold the deed for RAM in the tech industry, the three of them. Micron recently announced they would be kind of bowing out and stop selling to consumers and be moving their operations to focus on providing RAM for high-powered AI chips and data centers. So with one of the major producers of RAM jumping ship to AI, I think this is already having a profound impact on the price of RAM for those trying to build their own computers at home. Shout out to all our PC builders. Y'all are great and a little toxic, but I love you. And anyway, so we're already seeing a price increase there. I personally think that this shift is really hitting the market, and I think it's impacting Valve and the Steam Machine greatly. And so let's jump back to Valve, right? Valve is a surprisingly small company, estimated to have between 300 to 400 employees, which is really cool. However, they have an estimated over $10 billion valuation, which is insane for a company of that size. So given like the state of Valve and their intention behind everything they do, they're a very methodical company. They don't do many things by happenstance, and they're not very erratic with the decisions they make. I think Valve has enough money to fork over to actually buy RAM at the current high price point. However, I don't think the consumer market has it in them to purchase a Steam Machine at the current RAM prices. I think in order for Valve to actually sell any of these units, they're waiting until the market becomes less volatile. I think if RAM prices can come down a little bit and the market can kind of just calm down for a minute, I think that opens Valve's window again to really start pushing the Steam Machine. But I don't think that there's a huge market for a Steam Machine given its specs if it's going to be ridiculously expensive. Now, I'm not calling the Steam Machine weak. However, I think that, we already talked about this in the State of Gaming video, but the Steam Machine's really trying a lot between a console PC hybrid kind of thing. I think it's trying to do a lot, and I love that. I think if it's going to stick the landing, it has to be priced correctly, and I think Valve knows that. So AI is really taking over right now, and in most cases it seems like for the worst. I think there's some really cool stuff going on with AI in the sports betting world and in the coding world. Predictive modeling has been really cool, but I think honestly on the front, especially for gaming, AI has just had a net negative impact so far. So stay strong, Steam Machine people. that are ready for that. It's coming eventually, I'm sure. Moving on to Nintendo. Biggest news for Nintendo right now, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are coming to Nintendo Switch. This is to celebrate Pokemon's 30-year anniversary, and they are releasing on February 27th. So both of these games are going to be a one-to-one port of their Game Boy Advance counterpart and will retail at $20 each. So I think that's a fairly competitive and fair price point. However, of course, always controversy with Nintendo, and just I feel like the fan base is super divided and can never be happy. A lot of people are frustrated that they are not coming to the Nintendo Switch Online virtual console retro catalog program thing. I understand people's issue with that. I understand that people are already paying for Nintendo Switch Online and think that those retro games should come to the program. I hear you, I get it. Right now, I think when you zoom out and look at Pokemon as a whole, the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remasters retailed for $60 each. They were a graphical overhaul with no quality of life improvements, and they retailed for $60 each. I think the precedent was already set that the mainline Pokemon games would not be coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And I think if you thought they were, I want your optimism, brother. I really do. I'm sorry that you've been let down by this, but come on, man. I will not be purchasing Fire Red and Leaf Green. I already have it OG, bro. And I got this in 2019. Shout out to my mom for this Game Boy and Leaf Green. Christmas 2019 went crazy. So if you haven't played Fire Red or Leaf Green, I think this is a great time to jump in at a competitive price point, and jump in legally without having to emulate or pirate the games or pay $100 for a cart, because I think right now Fire Red and Leaf Green are retailing for over $100 each on the resale market. So that's just crazy to me too. I don't think it's a horrible thing that we're paying to own this game. That's just me though. Who am I? Moving on to the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. This is all third-party stuff, nothing coming directly from Nintendo development. First up, Orbitals. This is a new Nintendo Switch exclusive co-op split-screen adventure game. Super unique art style, cool puzzle solving, like really looks cool, kind of 90s anime inspired, looks vibey. I think the wife and I are gonna absolutely tear it up. Looks great. Excited for that. The Super Bomberman collection was also announced. This is a collection of the 5 Super Bomberman games, including Super Bomberman 3, 4, and 5, which were not previously released here in North America. This is all of the Bomberman games that were released on the Super Nintendo, so I think this is super cool. I'm excited to pick this up. Bomberman is low-key like fire. Like, it's kind of peak. I'm not gonna lie. If you haven't played Bomberman, get after it. Really cool. Some other third-party stuff coming. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will launch on Switch 2, June 3rd, 2026. Turok Origins, which is the first true Turok game since 2008, is slated to release in fall of this year. It's coming to all major platforms, not just Nintendo. It will have solo capabilities and online co-op. Seems to have some cool environments, cool ambiance, some interesting gameplay mechanics. We'll see what happens, you know. Turok used to be really big and it's kind of fallen from grace, I think. We'll see if they can come back. Right now, I think the market's really packed, but I also think that there is a drive and a longing for some nostalgia and some return to form for a lot of gamers. So Turok Origins may just have a chance this year. Bethesda making some moves for Switch. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition coming to Switch 2 on February 24th, 2026. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle coming on May 12th of this year. And get ready to find him and close shut the jaws of oblivion once more.
Find him close shut the jaws of oblivion.
Come on now. Come on now. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. For the first time, Oblivion is coming to a Nintendo console. No official release date yet, but Oblivion will be coming to Switch 2. So that's low-key super peak, y'all. I'm like, come on now. Resident Evil Requiem made an appearance in the Direct as well, releasing on February 27th on Switch 2. And we're getting a Nintendo exclusive controller for Resident Evil Requiem. Looks really cool. Nothing too crazy, but a nice spin on the Switch 2 Pro controller. And I think this just kind of reflects some goodwill between Nintendo and the Resident Evil franchise. Kind of gives me a throwback to the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller on GameCube. Just cool to see that relationship still around, and they can still kind of have fun with that. This was not mentioned in the Direct, but some more Nintendo news. Mario Tennis Fever released on February 12th to generally favorable reviews. Seems like the running sentiment for this entry that it is very fun locally with friends and online, but the single player mode seems to be a little lackluster. I'm looking forward to picking this one up eventually. Hopefully I can get it on sale or something like that. Probably not, because they don't put the Mario games on sale very often. But I'm a big fan of the Mario sports games. Shout out to Mario Super Sluggers on the Wii. If you know, you know. All in all, some good things coming Nintendo's way. I love this. Fun and random stuff to close us out. Pokemon's 30-year anniversary is starting off with a bang. Earlier this month, PokePark Kanto in Japan held their grand opening. It looks really cool. A lot of figures of Pokemon and some interactive experiences and stuff like that.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu!
American music artist The Weeknd was allowed early entry into the park and posted some really cool photos of that. That guy's living my dream, and I need to catch a flight right now because I'm trying to be with the Pokemon, bro. I'm trying to catch them all. Speaking of The Weeknd, he also made another gaming-related interaction. He made a trip to Sega headquarters in Tokyo, Japan. He recreated Michael Jackson's iconic visit to Sega HQ in 1992. At this point, Michael and Sega had a great relationship with each other, as they had already worked together on the release of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker for the Sega Genesis in 1990. Michael would then go on to work on the soundtrack for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which released in 1994. So if this is any sign that The Weeknd is going to be making music for the next Sonic game, I think I might just die, bro. I don't know if there would be a better collab in the gaming industry. I think that's the ticket. I can die happy. I'll die elated if something like that ever happens. I don't think it will. I think that's very wishful thinking on my part. However, you never know, man. I've been surprised before. The Helldivers. Rest in peace to all the Helldivers we lost on Cyberstan. If you're a fan of Helldivers, you may know. Pretty big push in the community recently. Pretty big bomb out as well. It's all for Super Earth and the spreading of managed democracy throughout the galaxy. I can't help but say I'm a little disappointed in our efforts on Cyberstan. We've got to do better. We've got to do better. Join the Helldiver Corps today, though. We need you out there. If you're not on Helldivers, get on Helldivers, man. Great game. Great game.
Attention, Helldivers. Bring democracy to their door. All Helldivers to Hellpods. For freedom, for glory, for Super Earth.
I think that about does it, you know. PlayStation sounds like it's ready to kick the doors open for the year. Xbox is in a slog, as always. Steam Machine, I'm ready for you. I'm waiting for you. I'm excited for you. Come on now. And Nintendo, do you think? Nintendo kind of does their own thing always, and they're still doing it. So, love it. Gaming, man, it's fun. I love making these videos and stuff. I think it can be kind of the doom and gloom sometimes on the gaming front, especially when we start talking about Xbox and things that we don't like that are going on in the gaming scene. But I honestly think it's a great time to be a gamer. You have tons of options. You have tons of ways to play. And I think in some regards, the barrier to entry for gaming right now is pretty low too. So I think that's cool. Gaming is really fun, but also it can kind of consume you if you let it. So go outside, spend some time in nature, go work out, do, what's best for you. Sometimes gaming and getting wrapped up in the news of it and everything can feel like a bubble. But take care of yourself and just, gaming is still a hobby. It's still supposed to be fun. So keep it up. Keep playing great games. Thank y'all for watching to this point. I really appreciate it. I know this was also kind of a long one too. So I appreciate all your support. I hope to see you in the next one. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Go check out Matthew Berry. His links are in the description. That's all. Peace.
Tore down the apartments where you used to stay. Why is everything telling me it's time to walk away? And I guess I've gone crazy.